That's Ron is the mature Ron, and the Ron is the youngest one, the young one. So who's, also has a brother named Chag Chag or
Chug Chug.
Chog Chog, Chog Chog,
He
Chog
was
Chog.
he was 12 years old when I lost him.
Mm.
He's a favorite of mine in the family.
Yeah, yeah. You have spoken that also in you have put it in your book as well, about your siblings um, history. I think in the first few chapters I've come across reading that, which is yeah, which is great. And what I would like to be interested to know about your flight when you had this PSTD, post
PTSD.
PTSD, this
Yeah.
PD,
Syndrome.
yeah. If can you share us about that, how that it comes about, and
Ganito, no?
mm,
Just to give a little bit of a background.
oh,
Uh, the accident, no, the car accident in 1986, I was 16 years old.
mm,
My sister was 14, my brother was 12 years old. Both my parents were 44 years old then. Uh, uh, what happened was that, just like my best friend has been telling all
mm,
along, ano, sabi niya, in denial ako, in denial. No? What happened then was that, my brain could have, my brain could have archived, no, or kept
mm-hmm,
yung very memory, because I have no memory of, until now, I have no memory of the very scene of the accident. There's just nothing. There's just none, no?
okay,
Wala po akong memory of the car accident. But I was part of the accident. I was severely, ano ba tawag dito? Both my legs were probably pinned inside,
mm,
and so was my left arm. Talagang almost practically all my limbs were
Fractured.
was damaged.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
So that they placed, alam niyo yung mga titanium na mga bakal sa
yes,
so
mm,
about 12 inches or so of titanium na steel inside both my legs,
mm-hmm,
and then also another one on my left arm. So I was broken physically. Okay. So, and it seems that when I was told about what really happened, kasi medyo tinago kasi nila eh. They kept it from me. They kept kasi they didn't want me to know it immediately kasi baka daw mahirapan akong tanggapin.
mm,
Okay? Because I think tama naman,
yeah,
But eventually they needed to tell me, no, on the 39th day. Okay? So when I was told about it, I kinda denied it, no?
mm,
Uh, there was the first story na sabi, ako daw yung na-aksidente sa basketball. Okay, so crazy idea,
yeah,
crazy story.
mm,
But the crazier thing is that I accepted it.
uh,
Okay? That was the first story kasi ayaw nilang malaman ko muna kasi daw I was in pain, I was in
mm,
physically, I, I had limited, I had no mobility.
mm,
That's yun na yun. Um, hindi, hindi ako mobile, no? Naka-wheelchair ako for several months, and all my basic endeavors, hindi ko nagagawa. Magpunta ng CR, ako'y binubuhat, yung mga gano'n. No? So
mm,
talagang ko. And I believe my brain could only handle one pain at a time. So
mm,
that when I was told about a second story, yung nag-gather sila at sinabi na, Ron, wala na sila. It seems na hindi ko masyado siyang tinanggap.
mm,
Pero tinago ko yung
mm,
yung idea.
mm,
So that when I was told about it, I cried, of course, hysterical cry. I was immobile, no? Nakahiga lang ako.
mm,
And it was, they lifted me up inside one of the rooms of my Tita Lydia, the sister of my mom, my sister, Tita Lydia's house. At doon ako doon ako binrief. Yung gano'n, no? And then finally, they told me, Ron, wala na sila. So medyo malabo yung kwentong yun, no, sa akin. Hindi ko masyadong tinanggap o dininay ko. But I cried hysterically for just about 30 minutes. Pero natapos na yun. Pagkatapos nun, I never really cried after. Talagang denied ko siya. And then, but years later, by the way, when I was told about yung what really happened, kung ano yung talaga yung nangyari sa akin, which was the car accident, somebody, and it was my ninang Feli, who gave me this survival pill. Kasi I needed to survive at that particular time eh. I needed to survive. Yung information na yon na wala na sila was just too difficult for me to accept, ano? And then this ninang Feli of mine who was part of the delegate na nagsabi sa akin na wala na sila. Sabi niya, Ron, kaya ka naiwan kasi may mission ka pa.
Yeah, that's true.
Yung mission na yon ang naging focus.
Naging focus.
Yung mission na yon ang naging survival pill ko. And so that all throughout the years, yung book na yan is about my journey, no, of finding that mission.
Yes.
So yun, yung mission na yung business and daddy, or yung iba-ibang mga businesses na aking inano. I was looking for kaya lang talagang empty siya. Until finally, 3 decades later, eto na yung I Got You More, yun na yung mission. So that your question about PTSD, actually, this happened, I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2020. But earlier, I was diagnosed with chronic depression in 2012. Okay? But yung PTSD was declared only in 2020 when so that was 3 decades later, more than 3 decades later after the 1986 accident. There was just a car breakdown na nangyari sa akin sa highway. At doon na nagpanic na po ako, nagpanic na ako June nung panahon na yun.
So that accident triggers the PTSD.
Yung actually hindi siya accident eh. Meron lang car breakdown. There was just very minimal problem ng kotse. Along the highway, I panicked big time. I panicked.
You are with your daughter at that time.
I was with my daughter at that time.
Yeah.
I picked her up, So after that, nung nangyari yun, nung nagpanic ako, we arrived home, what do you call it? We arrived home safely. Kaya lang, nag-progress yung panic ko into chronic anxiety. I had this very difficult, strong emotional reaction. Yung panic activated my brain's memory of the trauma as if it's happening again. And it was happening. It was attacking me for 3 straight months.
All right.
So during those months, hindi ako nakakatulog kasi laging merong pumapasok sa isip ko na nagkakaroon ng accident. Nagkakaroon ng malabo siya, but every time meron attack ako, meron ganitong distressing thoughts, lumalabas sa isip ko our car would stall. In my brain, in my mind, our car would stall and it would be dark and an oncoming much larger vehicle would not be able to find its brakes.
So that is how this anxiety really gets
PTSD.
or this
Yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah,
It was
anxiety.
it was triggered 2020, so 5 years there, no? Wala na. You have recovered it.
Hopefully
Huh?
wala na. No? Hindi ko in my lecture sinasabi ko na just be prepared for a possible occurrence
Mm-hmm.
ng so yun, that's why just right now I just make it sure na the car is well maintained, yung gano'n, no?
But when you are sleeping, there's
Is wherein I called the attention of some people, my friends, na if ever something happens to me,
yeah.
I would reach out to these three people, no, so that I could find so that they would know that I would be needing some help. I would be needing yung tawag dito,
Yeah.
company,
Yeah.
yung mga
So talagang
it is possible na baka mangyari.
but
Myself, I'm just making sure na prepared ako for an occurrence.
that's good. So those times when you were imagining things, right? You're imagining things while you are asleep, or there's gising ka noon.
In those 3 months, actually, hindi ako halos nakakatulog. Kasi nga, natatakot. Pag nagising ako, may lumalabas kagad sa ko. That was from November 14. I remember that kasi it's my birthday. November 14, 2020 until about February or March.
Okay.
Na nangyayari.
So Ron, how did you overcome this PTSD?
Yeah.
Traumatic stress
Yeah.
disorder.
Stress there.
So I sought help. I sought help. I've been counseled since 2012 sa CEPAM or Center for Family Ministry. Okay. And so during those days, I also have my doctor, my psychiatrist, who has been helping me since 2018. So at that time, in 2018, ano pa yun bipolar din ako'y rin ng bipolar noong 2017, I think, late 2017. But in 2020, I just sought CEFAM again, or Center for Family Ministry ng Ateneo. So meron akong therapist noon. And the therapist proposed or suggested to me na mag-journal ako.
Okay.
So yun. So I started journaling, yung mga simple journaling. Tapos later on, naging intimate ang aking journaling, no? My journaling became very intimate, so that when I saw some story pattern na pala doon sa aking sinusulat, I showed it to an uncle, no, who's a seasoned author. His name is Dr. Jose Mario Maximiano, or Tito Jojo Maximiano. He's an uncle of mine, and he's a seasoned author. And during those days, by the way, medyo middle of the pandemic pa siya, kaya hindi ako talaga nakakaalis. O hindi ako makalabas para to seek help. And then, so online ko lang pinakita sa kanya yung first part ng aking journaling. And then, sabi niya sa akin, no, itong uncle ko na isang author, sabi niya, Ron, I'm seeing an exciting story unfolding. Sabi niya, keep on, no? Sabi niya, go on and put your inner self into it. And that's how everything actually started.
Okay, so yeah, it's
And tuloy-tuloy na siya.
Oo.
It was a one year in the making na pagsusulat.
So can we suggest that for those who are suffering PTSD can also do the same thing by journaling their experiences? Kasi parang naging outlet na rin yun, di ba? At,
Definitely yun ang journaling keeps you separated from your distressing thoughts.
mhm.
That's what journaling does to you. Kaya yun, I think that would be alam niyo yung PTSD dati akala ko ano lang yan akala ko sa mga retired yung mga ano tawag dito yung mga veterans
Veterans.
mga veterans pero ang dami pala pati yung mga rape victims yung mga those who are abused in their in their younger, madami pala yan, tapos yun nga, pati car accident, pati, so yun, I just realized that ang PTSD pala ay, iba-iba pala siya.
Okay.
Alam ko dati veterans lang siya.
Well, I hope that these things will not recur again, and of course, for those who are listening,
That's my prayer also.
yes. And Ron, tell me about your when you meet your wife. I think you were in the same university, I believe. No, different work. Secretary mo siya. Oh, okay, secretary mo siya. Yeah.
Sabi ko, asawa na rin.
How is that? Of course, mamanhikan kayo, di ba? No, during that time. Before that, I think you proposed in in the Taal Lake. Is that what? Did I?
Sa Taal.
Sa Taal?
Propose po ako, at that time, wala naman, di pa naman uso nun yung mga proposal na
Wala.
There was just this date that we had, and it was in Tagaytay. It was in
Tagaytay, yeah.
I proposed. Sabi ko,
Yeah.
I want to settle down. I want to have the new family.
Yeah.
I've been missing, this time na may family ka. That was a decade after the 1986.
That's right. Yeah.
Actually, we married in 1995. So that's almost a decade. So, yun,
That's right.
So, sabi ko sa kanya na, and you know what? Ang tukso pa sa akin ng mga kaibigan ko, hindi ako magkakaanak.
Yeah.
Kasi because of all the exposure ko daw sa radiation, sa night, sa mga, ano ba tawag dito, yung iba-ibang mga tinusok na gamot sa akin, kasi inoperahan ako ng about 6 times, 5 times yata. Inoperahan ako ng 5 times kasi they had to put nails and then they had to remove it again later on. So sabi nila, naku, masyado ka nang na-expose, hindi ka na magkaka... And that yung tukso na yun, yung joke na yun, although I was smiling, I was laughing, ano sa akin yun, sa isip ko, napakanga, naku, paano yun? Pag nag-asawa ko, hindi pa ako magkakaanak, wala na. But God is good, God is good.
Yes, indeed.
Immediately, pagkakasal namin, 9 months later, nag-conceive actually, 10 months later, nagka-baby kami.
Okay.
3 months ng pagkakasal namin.
So you're blessed with 2-3 children?
2 kids.
2 kids. You're blessed with 2 kids.
2 girls.
2 girls. Oh, wonderful. May apo ka na rin. Okay, so interesting story. Very interesting story indeed. And I would like to encourage our listeners to get into ebooks, to Google ebooks. Is that what?
Google Bookstore.
Google Books bookstore.
Google Play.
And get hold with the I Got Humor book by Ronald Magsakay.
Ron Magsakay.
Was it Ron Magsakay in there or Ronald Magsakay in the book? Right. But
Siguro yung
Ron,
magsaka yung
you
keyword.
you also mentioned your BFF friend who is now in Sydney. Yeah, in the book, I think I read that there was so I think he's
That's
listening.
what we read.
He's listening right now. So
Dennis.
would you like to say something to him?
Oh, yeah, sure. Dennis, can you pick me up? Dalhin mo ako dyan sa Sydney para.
Yeah.
I miss him. No? He's not been home since what 2011, I think.
Oh, okay. It's been a while.
When he came home, no?
Mm.
Sa Pilipinas, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So medyo ano yun, long distance friendship, no?
All right. We got only 2 minutes to go, Ron, for this things. Would you like to greet your friends and acquaintances? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to greet my granddaughter, no?
Yeah.
Si Amy. She's 11 months now. At siya ang aming ano ngayon eh, siya ang aming source ng happiness.
Yes,
no?
indeed. Yeah.
Nakakasiya. And I just feel so blessed kasi, di ba, from that yung tukso na hindi ako magkakanak. But now, I have a granddaughter and na talagang nagbibigay sa amin ng, so she's Amy, no? Amira.
Okay.
Amira, hi Amira, if you're 2 years from now, you'll see us live.
Okay. Well.
Good. And also, of course, her mom, Digna, and also Jamie. Hi, my daughter who's in UAE now. And also Kathy, my wife, of course.
Okay.
Yung Tagaytay proposal.
Yes. Okay, Ron. It's a pleasure, really, to have you here in our program, and your story is a very interesting one, and I'm sure it will inspire other people, especially if they read your book. I Just Got Humor, available in Google Books po yan. So, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much. I hope to see you in Manila. And try to get your books. Yeah, it would be nice to see you there, and hopefully next month. No, hopefully next month. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I've got your. Well, we have a messenger here, so I can just message you when I get to Manila. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations for all the things that you've done. Yes. And yan po mga kaibigan, si Ron Magsakay, the author of the I Got Humor. And thank you, Ron, and God bless.
God bless you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, Ron.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.